far from the bright lights of Broadway. We've got the bright lights of the second-floor clubhouse studios here at the Big A. It's the Mecca, New York City's racetrack, and we are breaking from the gate with blazing speed on this Wednesday edition of Aqueduct Insider. Richard Migliore, Jason Blewitt. 3 dark days in a row, an extra study day, Mig, building up into that big $89,000 Pick 6 carryover.
Yeah, huge carryover, and I hope you had a nice Easter. I hope everybody else out there did as well. And I like that you brought up Broadway, because not far from here, I guess New York's team at the moment, the New York Rangers, win the President's Trophy.
Wonder if that President's Trophy makes an appearance at MSG tomorrow against the Senators, their final home game. Looking forward to the Stanley Cup playoffs and the run the Rangers have been on, hands down. But we got to get to thoroughbred racing, my friend, in the fastest 30 minutes in all of thoroughbred racing. And we begin with a potential Kentucky Derby favorite, certainly a horse whose bandwagon is deep and popular. That is American Pharoah, who's heading back to Oaklawn Park for the Arkansas Derby, and trainer Bob Baffert. He is your 1-2 morning line favorite, facing a field of 8. Or a field of 7, 8 total on Saturday.
Well, obviously extremely talented here in the Rebel. His prep for the Arkansas Derby, you can just see his stride, his rhythm. He's a beautiful way of going. He does things effortlessly. He covers the ground. My question is, what's going to happen when he hooks somebody with some real speed, somebody that can really take him along for a long ways, not entertain him for a short period of time? Is he going to have the same tenacity as we've seen from horses like Dortmund? That's the question.
And the odd thing is, or the ironic thing, Dortmund's his stablemate. Might that happen in the Kentucky Derby where those horses hook up? They both have that sort of unbridled high cruising speed, but any way you slice it, an embarrassment of riches for trainer Bob Baffert, who has put up some big numbers shipping into Oaklawn Park. We wait and see what happens with American Pharoah. 2 Grade 1s on Friday afternoon. It's that time of year.
Yep.
Racing's picking up at Keeneland with the Makers 46, and Untappable looks to avenge her loss in the Azari last time out as she goes off as a heavy odds-on favorite in the Grade 1 Apple Blossom, race number 9 on that Friday card out at Oaklawn Park.
And this prep that she had in the Azari, it just seemed to me she was just a little bit short, not 100% fit. I think this race moves her way forward. I think you see the real Untappable, and I don't see anybody beating her this time. I think she's just going to take them to school the way she had for a lot of last year.
We're glad she's around as a 4-year-old for trainer Steve Asmussen, her first major Grade 1 of 2015 as she tackles Gold Medal Dancer Friday afternoon. Boy, oh boy, primetime racing season as we march towards the middle of April. It is here, and a little closer to home, boy, things were primetime on Saturday. Well over 10,000 people in attendance, 12 races on the 2015 Wood Day card, and maybe, just maybe, outside of Frosted, Rudy Rodriguez and his horses were the star of the day.
Yeah, Rudy Rodriguez had a great day. His horses were well prepared, and Rudy seemed to enjoy himself.
Yeah, absolutely. He should. $1.2 million plus in the bank and counting this season in purses. And let's find out how his dynamic duo came out.
Rudy had a great day Saturday. Dad's Caps, big performance in the Carter. Whose idea was it to take him back?
You know, me and Vinny Scuderi, we kind of was talking about it when we draw the 1 hole. And I think we agreed to just let the other horse go in front of us. And you know, if we look at the best race he ever run, it was in Belmont when Javier rode it from behind, and he looked like he run. Probably that's the best race he ever run. And I guess you know, taking him back the other day it was the right thing to do. It worked out pretty good for us.
What do you do now with him? Do you have a race in mind for him?
No, right now. Right now we're still enjoying. Vinny come out this morning, and we was looking at the condition book in Keeneland, but there's nothing for him there because we really want to take him to the British Cup. But we see what comes out, you know. You got Loro, you got Belmont Day, you know. Right now we're going to maybe freshen him up a little bit, and hopefully we can get lucky again.
Well, speaking of getting lucky, Condo Commando, very impressive again. I know you're going to the Oaks. I read somewhere you're going to go in a little bit early.
We're going to try to see if we can go maybe like in the middle, I don't know, maybe the 20 or the 15, I don't know, yeah, you know, but we're trying to see if we can give him at least 1 or 2 works over there.
And she's always run her best races so far on the lead. Do you think she'd be as effective from off the pace if there's a lot of speed in the race?
You know, Richie, I really don't know. I know when she won the first time in Saratoga, she come from maybe like 3 or 4. But, you know, it was 3 quarters, so maybe the speed was a little bit more into then. But I don't know. I just going to let the jockeys do what she likes to do and don't take too much hold of her, because in Belmont, Joe looked like she stumbled and take a little hold of her, and then she just started throwing the head up, and then she was trying to get out, and she never was in the race.
Well, it seems like you got some good things to look forward to. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Richie, and hopefully they keep improving.
It's pretty amazing. You never know where a good horse might come from. Two former maiden claimers in the Rudy Rodriguez barn are now multiple Grade 1 winners in Dad's Caps and Condo Commando. Let's start out with the 3-year-old filly, Condo Commando. She'll be one of the top choices at the Kentucky Oaks. What do you think of the Connections plan getting her to Churchill Downs a couple weeks before the big day?
I think it's the right idea. I think you want to get her acclimated, not just with the racetrack, which is important, and it seems like they seal that track up pretty tight. Horses get over it, but also to get familiar with the surroundings. A lot's going on there. You've got photographers popping out everywhere. People are on the backstretch every morning, and certainly Oaks and Derby Day, it's just more people than they're ever going to see any other time in their life. So I think it's a very smart idea to get them there early.
And Dad's Caps, do you like the idea? And Rudy said there's no real spots, logical spots at least, in the immediate future for him, maybe the True North on Belmont Day. Do you like the idea of a horse who had some pretty tough battles with Salute Those Amigos, maybe just giving him a little R&R after his repeat win in the Carter?
Oh, I think it's absolutely the right idea. This horse has shown up and run hard every time. Salute Those Amigos was in raging form. He couldn't handle him over the winter. But it's a long season, and you get a horse that tries that hard every time. You want to give them a little break where you can. There's nothing pressing right now to run in. Wait till Belmont Day, get in the True North. There's races in Saratoga, and then, of course, the Ultimate Gold Breeders' Cup.
All right, Dad's Caps, a real overachiever for Vincent Scuderi as we turn our attention to a group of overachieving older filly and mare New York breds. This goes as the Wednesday feature, a $70,000 allowance. Larry Comas from the gate in our fourth race as we start the double carryover pick 6.
Even break here. Lady Grace Note missed a point on the inside with early speed. On the far outside, Royal Suspicion came out well, too. And then comes Star Grazing, followed by Maka to the inside, and Hot Rendezvous trails as Royal Suspicion and missed a pointer 1-2 out of the chute. It is Royal Suspicion in front. Missed a point on the inside. Now moves up alongside these two, nose to nose through the first quarter mile in 24 2/5 seconds. Star Grazing is in third, 3.5 lengths off the lead. Then Maka to the inside of Lady Grace Note, and Hot Rendezvous right to the outside of them. 6 lengths from top to bottom. Missed a point and Angel Cruise in front. They lead by a length over Royal Suspicion, who's second by 3 over Star Grazing, and Hot Rendezvous is now fourth on the outside with a half mile to go. Then Maka and Lady Grace Note is last, 7 lengths off the lead of 48 1/2 mile. Missed a point on top by a length as they go into the turn. Royal Suspicion scrubbed on in second. Star Grazing getting going now with an inside run, and Star Grazing's within 2.5 lengths of the lead. Then comes Hot Rendezvous, followed by Lady Grace Note, and Maka at the back of the field has missed a point, gets away, coming to the top of the stretch. Opening up a 3-length lead here, 3/4 and 113 flat, and missed a point's got a 4-length lead on Star Grazing as they come by the 8th pole. Royal Suspicion is third on the outside, but it's missed a point all alone. A 5-length lead, Star Grazing clearly second, Royal Suspicion third, missed a point. Under the wire, a 4.5-length winner. And then it was Star Grazing, followed by Royal Suspicion, and a photo between Lady Grace Note and Maka for fourth.
There was no missing this 5-year-old mare by Strong Contender. Aggressively handled. She broke alertly from the inside post, and just a powerhouse performance. Easily won today's fourth race, Mig.
Yeah, very good order. I like that Angel Cruz was aggressive from the rail. Don't take any prisoners. Go on. And even around the turn, he went on. I like when this young man hand rides. He looks good finishing on horses. He doesn't look like an apprentice. He's strong. And let's give a lot of love here to John Toscano, who's been getting it done year after year after year, and he's getting a really good opportunity with these Bram Jam stable horses, and he's delivering.
And they bred this mare. You don't see it. I tweeted after the race because I'm a fan of hers, and she's been just such a steady performer at Aqueduct over the last year and a half. You don't see many horses by Strong Contender, and I like a horse who doesn't really have your typical quote-unquote designer pedigree, who shows up, goes out there, has banked a few $100,000, has early speed, and I also like with the Toscanos, it's a family affair. They win a race, or even if they lose a race, in the paddock when the horses are being saddled, you could see the whole Toscano clan, and whether we're talking Saratoga, Belmont, or the Big A, they're just out here all the time.
And they're out here all the time, and they love it, and you can see it's what their life is all about, their passion. And you see the grandsons, I should say, Matthew and Ryan running around, and they really, really do enjoy the game, and that's what embodies this.
They've got a good one here, no doubt about that, and missed the point. It was much the best in race number 4, but we talk about the late pick 4 and some hard hitting. You want to talk about blue-collar lunch pail types. We've got some old warriors coming up in 2 legs of the late pick 4 when we come back on this Wednesday edition of Aqueduct Insider. Iconic paddock here at Aqueduct. Installed back in the late 90s, fans who are perched in the clubhouse have a full view of the pre-race extravaganzas here at the Big A, trainers giving instructions to riders, so on and so forth. And we've got, you know what, after today, 14 full cards remaining at Aqueduct. That's it, Mig. Opening day at Belmont Park, about 3 weeks away on Wednesday, April 29th.
I can't wait to opening day at Belmont. I remember when I was riding, walking up through the tunnel, and then looking out, and you could just see that grass course as it breaks over the top of the tunnel. And it always felt like the way I felt as a kid going to like Yankee Stadium, and you come up the ramp, and then all of a sudden there's this beautiful green expanse in front of you. That's what Belmont Park feels like.
It's a paradise, and that was the experience that I shared as well, my first trip there back in the summer of '92, and it still remains a place I want to go back tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that.
Well, you're a Floral Park guy anyway. You're right there, so of course you're going to be there.
It's my home turf, man. Let's get on to the action here, though, at the Big A. We love the Big A as well, and this guy won about 10,000 races at Aqueduct. Race number 6, Larry C. with the call. We'll kick off the late pick 4. Very competitive, $16,000 claimer as we go up to the booth.
Summit County on the inside out for the lead with Petroselli alongside. Petroselli now takes over from Summit County. And then it's Moonlock, Don Tito on the far outside. And War Hero taken in hand behind them, running in 5th. Then Read the Mirage, Colleen Sailor is next, Rapdoro. And Awesome Heart at the back of the field as they head up the backstretch. Petroselli leads the way by a neck. Don Tito second to the outside. 23-3 was the opening quarter mile as they continue up the backstretch. 2 lengths to War Hero running in 3rd. And then it's Summit County 4th on the inside. Moonlock alongside in 5th. Behind them, Read the Mirage, Colleen Sailor, break of 5 to Rapdoro. And Awesome Heart is last as the field rounds the far turn. And it is Petroselli going at it up front with Don Tito. These two now nose to nose on the lead through a 46 3/2 mile. Don Tito on the outside to the front. Petroselli now starts to give way along the rail, and Summit County switches to the outside. Right there, too, is War Hero. As they come into the final furlong, War Hero has taken the lead. It's War Hero now in front. Summit County has moved up into 2nd. From far behind, Colleen Sailor trying to make up late ground along with Rapdoro, but as they come into the final 16th, it is War Hero. War Hero and Cornelio Velasquez to win it over Summit County. Then Rapdoro and Colleen Sailor.
Natural hat trick for this 5-year-old gelding by the late War Pass. War Hero just crushed the field in race 6. A very impressive effort.
Very impressive effort. Cornelio Velasquez, another winner for him. I find it interesting, Jason. This horse wins for 16 on January 17th, claimed. Runs back for 16. Wins again, is claimed. Back in today for 16. They seem to have found his level, and I like when people run horses where they're going to shine. I hate when people put horses in and set them up to fail. This horse has been set up to succeed.
3 in a row for $16K. Stepping up in class, though, in a way, because those were restricted 2 lifetime and 3 lifetime claimers. He was running against some older horses in here, like Don Tito, Moonluck, who had some impressive speed figures and impressive resumes from top to bottom, and it was just all War Hero. Good work off the claim for David Jacobson.
Yeah, absolutely, and he always does good work, and he was always in a position to win. He was basically perched outside the leaders with a dead aim on them the whole way. I thought Summit County ran well, kind of had to wait, split horses, and second best today.
Yeah, couple good prices were 2nd and 3rd, and a nice try, which we hope you had. As we turn the page, race number 8, it'll start the late double, and we've seen the reemergence, slow but steady, of the mid to high price claimers on this circuit. And here you go, a group of 50 claimers ready to rock and roll from the gate.
Walking Dude out of the gate quickly, and here comes Hannibal Lecter on the inside up to grab the lead. Risk Management moves up and is now second. Doc Allman, and now Walking Dude taken in hand after a sharp beginning, back running in fifth, passed by Bet the Power, then Slanowalia to the outside, followed by Mighty One and Sky Commander up the backstretch. Hannibal Lecter at the rail, Doc Allman on the outside. These two are head and head past the half-mile pole at 23 and 2 opening quarter. And then it's Bet the Power running in third, followed by Risk Management, Walking Dude. In between horses going into the turn, Slanowalia is there on the outside. Then comes Sky Commander and Mighty One around the far turn. And it is Doc Allman on the outside, Hannibal Lecter at the rail. And Bet the Power just to the outside of them, a 46 1/2 mile. And Walking Dude well in contention now. And splitting horses and coming through on the inside of Doc Allman. Center of the track, gaining ground comes Sky Commander. But here comes Walking Dude up the fence. And on the outside, Sky Commander. These are the two. Walking Dude inside, Sky Commander on the outside. They sprint clear the others. Sky Commander, Walking Dude, nose to nose down to the line, and it is close. Maybe Walking Dude. Sky Commander was right.
Third full race on today's edition of Insider. The first two, we did not need the photo finish camera. Race number 8, however, a different story. Noses apart with Walking Dude and the Florida Invader, the number 7 Sky Commander.
Just a terrific trip for Walking Dude. He basically had the C's part for him. He was able to ease through there. Got hooked hard by Sky Commander. Looked like he was going to be beaten by his momentum, but Cornelio Velasquez, one of the strongest finishers around here, got Walking Dude up at the wire.
Elder statesman in this colony, a guy that is out there and certainly leads by example, whether you're talking about his work from starting gate to finish line or even just his personal life off the track. And it seemed like he was very confident sitting in the 2-path and just wanted to do enough when they straightened away before he really asked Walking Dude for his best.
Yeah, he didn't turn for home and go all in. He still basically was nursing what energy he had left, and then when he was hooked from the outside, then he really set his horse down in earnest, and that's what a professional does. He's just a pro. He's calm, and he shows up, and he's consistent every day.
And a big day for Billy Castle, who's got Cornelio Velasquez. He had the 4-bagger, 4 consecutive wins with David Jacobson, also has the 5-pound apprentice Angel Cruz, and he won 3 races today, so 7 wins for Billy Castle.
7 of the 9, Billy Castle as the agent. I'm sure he's buying around at whatever restaurant he's in tonight.
We hope that's the case, because this is pretty much the remainder of the Castle highlight reel. We've got the calls of 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9 as we go back to Larry.
Page and Beach is running in second. Then Weekend Score to the outside, who now moves up and goes by Page and Beach, but well behind Mama Giovanna, who comes to the 8th pole with a 7-length lead. Mama Giovanna all alone as they come into the final furlong, pulling away by 8. Weekend Score is clearly in second, and Just Enough Dior is taken third as Mama Giovanna and Iran Ortiz Jr. win it easily. Weekend Score was second, and then Just Enough Dior. Still in hand in 5th as they come to the top of the stretch. And it's Bernstein Flambe doing what she likes. Has circled up and gone on by with a rush, doing what she likes. And Angel Cruz pulling away by 4. And now Mrs. Sunday has taken second, and Prom Dress is third on the outside. Doing what she likes made a last to first move, and it's just drawing away under the wire. Doing what she likes over Mrs. Sunday, Prom Dress, and So Let It Be So. Top of the stretch, a 47 2/2 mile. An Indian Fighter turns for home in front. Perfect American, though, runs up alongside. Now it's these two. Perfect American now takes the lead on the outside of Indian Fighter. Perfect American in front. Indian Fighter tries to battle back. Second on the inside. Perfect American and Indian Fighter into the final 16th. Call Daddy third on the far outside. Perfect American, Indian Fighter, Call Daddy closing late. Perfect American. Call Daddy got second. Indian Fighter was third. Norman's Hero was fourth. And Ram Bam giving them a battle at the top of the stretch. They went 48 flat for a half mile. Ram Bam still making Alligander work. Another furlong to run. Alligander's getting away from Ram Bam now. Alligander a length and a half. Ram Bam second. And Moon Silver is third. And as they come into the final 16th, it is Alligander and Cornelio Velasquez drifting out but well clear. Alligander, the 1-9 favorite, coming under the line in front. It's going to be Moon Silver up for second over Ram Bam. Yes, I'm True was fourth. Away, and Super Nicky turns for home with a 2-length lead. Cowboy Boots is second, Lagubar third on the outside, and starting to kick it in as they come to the final furlong. Lagubar is bearing down on Super Nicky now, and Lagubar goes right on by. And from the back of the pack, My Name is Michael is rolling in the middle of the racetrack, but it's Lagubar in front close to home, and Lagubar gives Jacobson and Cornelio 3 in a row. My Name is Michael was second. Head Bob third, either Cowboy Boots or Sunny Cider. Home in front, trying to hold off Hidden Warrior as they straighten out. Rivetto and Hidden Warrior, and 3 lengths ahead of Ice Wagon. And Ice Wagon and Cornelio are closing on the far outside. Rivetto, Hidden Warrior, Ice Wagon on the far outside coming. Charitable is fourth. It is Rivetto, Hidden Warrior, Ice Wagon, and Charitable. And now it's Hidden Warrior in front. Hidden Warrior and Angel Cruz will win over Rivetto. Charitable was third, and Ice Wagon was fourth.
To be outdone by the 2 in the 8th with Stalwalking Dude and Sky Commander. Race number 9 for our second look on this Wednesday edition of Aqueduct Insider. Turned out to be a pretty good battle, and for many moments it appeared that the black and copper silks of the Kupperbergs with Rivetto might just pull out the win for good old John Paracella.
John Paracella making his return to New York racing. You can't keep a good man down. He came back firing. Little unlucky not to get there, but another nice ride by Angel Cruz on Hidden Warrior for Linda Rice, who was the New York Breeders' Trainer of the Year, named on Monday. But I think a lot of people were jumping on Rivetto, turning for home, trying to get John Paracella back into the winner's circle where he belongs, in New York.
And he runs a couple, at least 1 or 2 on tomorrow's card, and obviously we don't have a triple pick 6 carryover. This was a fairly formful and logical pick 6 today, in which you needed Jacobson and Cornelio through most of it, but we do have 9 or 8 races, excuse me, just an 8-race card that gets underway at 1:20 p.m. Rider standings, Jose Ortiz, as we go to the rider standings, serving a 3-day suspension. He'll be back on Saturday with Jose out. Angel Cruz, they were tied going into today's card. That's not the case anymore.
Well, Angel Cruz keeping up that torrid pace the way he started the meet. Jose Ortiz named the New York Breeders' Jockey of the Year Monday, taking a few days off. Manny Franco, Cornelio Velasquez, and Kendrick Carmouche, as we've talked about before. Very welcome addition to this jockey colony.
Rarefied air. You just don't have many trainer jockeys, combinations, that is, that win 4 consecutive races. Todd Pletcher and Johnny V, surprise, surprise, did it back on August 30th, 2004 at Saratoga, sweeping the early pick 4 upstate. But David Jacobson, a 4-win afternoon.
Yeah, and then Kieran McLaughlin had a great day here Saturday. Of course, the usual suspects right in behind them. But Jacobson, he seems to be able to pull these multiple win days because he runs horses where they belong.
Yeah, it's a big part of it for sure. Kieran had a nice win, too, today with Transparent at Keeneland, who I think won the 4th or 5th race at Keeneland. A replay worth checking out in a very tight photo, as we have 2 pages of claims, including Alliander, 1-9 in race number 5. The bridge jumpers were out in the show pool. He won the race. Bit later, race 8, no surprise for the $50,000 tags, proved pretty popular.
Yeah, very popular. War Hero taken back by Eddie Keneally, the same horse we were talking about earlier. So now he's run 3 times this year. He's been claimed, actually 4 times this year, if I'm not mistaken,
yep.
Right? And 4 times he's been claimed and back for that $16,000 tag.
His stallion, a brilliant racehorse, Warpass, left us a bit too soon. Winner of the 07 BC Juvenile and the slop at Monmouth Park. It's not sloppy here at Aqueduct. It's cloudy and chilly, and we'll be coming up with a Thursday preview in just a second. Back-to-back 8-race cards at the Big A over the next few days, Thursday and Friday. Back to a regular 9-race program on Saturday, and a late pick 4 fitting of the prestigious spring meet will up the ante $250,000 guaranteed on a 9-race program that features the featured 8th race big, the Grade 3 Top Flight, and one of our favorites currently running in House Rules, who's currently trained by Jimmy Jerkins, but was developed by the man, the one and only H. Allen Jerkins.
Yeah, a lot of history there. Allen Jerkins, and now his son Jimmy, another masterful horseman, much in the mold of his father. And I always like these horses coming from the south to the north this time of year. They just seem to really enjoy coming back to a little cooler weather.
And what a segue as we have Jimmy Jerkins and a former Jimmy J stablemate competing in tomorrow's 6th race. Best Man is the current Jimmy Jerkins horse coming out of a second-place finish at Gulfstream Park. He will try to go the mile on the main track.
You know, and that's the one question mark I have. I'm not 100% convinced he wants the mile, but he is coming from Florida back to New York, and Jimmy knows how to spot his horses properly. You've got to think this horse is a major, major player.
He beats his former stablemate, the number 9 Salisbury Knight, from the outside. David Jacobson won 4 today, ran a whole bunch. He'll take tomorrow. He'll have an easy time tomorrow. Salisbury Knight, the only horse on the program for David Jacobson, and a horse that was just in action on April 2nd.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick turnaround. It seems to me like this horse excelled when he was in state-bred company. He's in a little bit of different type of company, but I do like his post position. I think it's a great draw. You're outside going the one-turn mile. It gives you an opportunity to get in the race the right way.
And it does appear there's a lot of speed on paper going this 1-mile distance. Maybe the biggest wild card, though, is First Bid, who's going off the claim for Rudy Rodriguez, and Michael Dubb picked up for 16, did not run well, and he's right back in for 25,000.
Yeah, and it just feels like he had that one race back sprinting. He needed that. He got claimed out of it. You would expect him to improve. I think he's a horse that wants to go the mile. I think he's going to enjoy the distance. But, boy, he did take a precipitous plunge from Allowance Company to 16 last time. Were they trying to maybe have a fire sale, or is this horse a horse that can climb back up the ladder?
The previous trainer, Linda Rice, had claimed this horse for 50,000, got a couple of good races out of him off the claim, and then he just started to go sideways. We learn a bit more about First Bid and where he stands in tomorrow's 6th race, as we learn a bit more as well with Andy and Maggie, who they like. We'll send it on down.
The 8th and final race is where I'm going to go into Thursday's card. A maiden race, and these are New York-bred maiden claimers going a mile. And I think a lot of the money is going to go on the 4 Ride of Your Life and the 5 Fictional Character. And listen, I'm not going to argue with anybody that says that they're probably the 2 horses to beat. I'm just not particularly big fans of their chances in this race, and I like the 7 War Bother, a horse who will probably be a reasonable price in this race. Not a long shot by any stretch of the imagination, but a horse that would have broken its maiden last time out had the rider not given up the good, cozy outside position in the backstretch on a day you did not want to be on the rail, zoomed to the front end, couldn't get to the rail fast enough, and caused him to lose. The horse who beat him? No superstar, but a horse did come back and run comparably in its next start, and I just think that War Bother is a much better horse than he looks in this race because of the dead rail trip last time. Gets a good trip stalking in this race, and I think he beats a lot of horses that have had more than their share of chances to win. The 7 War Bother for me in the 8th as we head out to Maggie.
Thanks, Andy. It's time for Paddock Insider and taking a look at the Thursday card. I'll focus in on race number 4. It's maiden special weight going the one-turn mile for the fillies and mares. Second-time starter on the outside is English Garden for Leah Giramatti. And in a race where you can kind of make cases for all the horses because they are lightly raced, I thought she was a bit interesting because of my good old notes saying that I thought she'd want more ground, as she does stretch it out from 6 to the 8 furlongs here. And 2, she just needed a race to strengthen up. So, while I don't love her absolutely to beat this field, I think she'll run a lot better second time around. So English Garden, your Paddock Insider for today. Guys, back to you.
Bernardini filly getting a fast track, we hope. Sounds pretty good. We'll see how Andy's and Maggie's picks do tomorrow afternoon. 8 races. We jumpstart the card with that 15%. Take out pick 5 at 120, and Rudy's in the 6th. Good night.